Now what happens if we were to write this out? We can hit F5 and we get the result of 10. Now that's actually very similar to, I just want to point this out, I could have done this as well. As far as the output's concerned, there is no difference between these two things. But when working with a language like C#, one of the biggest mistakes I see people make is confusing different types. Types are important. You always should be able to point out a variable and say, this is an integer or this is a string. So what we have here is an integer that contains the value of 10, and this is the integer literal 10. Again, it's literal because it's hard-coded into my program. So what we can do with integers are a variety of different operators that a lot of people will be familiar with. For example, I could say my integer equals my integer times my integer to square it if I wanted to. And if I were to run this program, I would get 100. So we can do a variety of different mathematical operations to our integers in the way that you would expect them to work. So we could say my integer equals my integer plus 10 subtracted by 50. Of course, that expression can be reduced, but that's not the point. The point is that we can perform any sort of arbitrary arithmetic on our integers, and we will commonly do so. Now, I want to point out something that could be a stumbling block for people who are completely new to the concept of variables, because I know a lot of things that people take for granted when they've been programming for a while is that syntax like this is pretty much well understood between all languages, but I have seen people get slightly confused about what could be going on right here.